April is soon coming to a close. With that comes the month of May. Today we will be discussing sneakers to resell in the month of May. If you're not into reselling, that's okay as well. You could use this guide to know what are going to be the most hype sneakers, the most limited, or even what popular general releases may potentially go on sale because, hey, we're all trying to save some money. Specifically, we will be discussing the name of the sneaker, the retail, the release date, and whether the sneaker will be profitable or not, or if they may even sit on shelves, resulting in a sale price. Feel free to subscribe and enable post notifications just to stay 100% updated on all profitable releases. Also, be sure to follow my Twitter for urgent updates and info such as shock drops, Keith Adam 10, and also personals for you. Buckle up this month because we have an absolutely insane one ahead of us. It starts off decent, but towards the middle is where it really starts to get insane, and it ends with an absolute bang. You'll see. Kicking it off with May 1st, the Jordan 13 Red Flint will be dropping for $190. Normally, Jordan 13s don't tend to do too well. However, one pair that did end up doing quite well was the Jordan 13 Flint, which was an easy small profit when they dropped about a year ago from now. These appear to have a pretty notable amount of demand as well, and decent sale volume too, so these definitely do have potential for lunch money if you have no tax in your state, potentially slightly more than that, but nothing too significant. If you do have tax, at best, you might be able to make a few dollars off these unless you already do have local buyers for these. These should definitely be a good local flip. Overall, not the best release, but potential for some easy lunch money with a poor margin. Sell these as soon as possible because prices will drop very fast. Also on May 1st for $170, we will have a potential sleeper shoe too, and that is the Up-Tempo Sky Blue. There appears to be some decent demand around them, but the sale volume is certainly far from attractive, so my expectations are not very high as of now. Regardless, the $170 retail should still leave sufficient room for some lunch money, nothing too notable. Just like the 13s, larger sizes are best for these. Also on May 1st for $330 each, the CDG Ohm Plus in black and white will both be releasing. These actually have quite a bit of demand right now, but unfortunately that high retail does make these a very high risk when you consider the tax, shipping, and selling fees. I'd say this is mostly a personal pair, unfortunately, but definitely don't sleep if you do want a pair, because I do expect them to sell out regardless. Recently, CDG collabs have sadly just not been performing as well as they used to once long ago, and this high retail does not help at all. Moving on to May 4th for $230, the Foamposite All-Star will be releasing. Not only were these delayed multiple times, but they were supposed to drop finally on the 30th of April, yet some retailers still did get delayed, and that does include Nike sneakers. Anyway, this is another great opportunity. Despite Foamposites in general lacking hype, this colorway in particular does have very notable demand and sale volume. I expect all sizes to maintain profitability with a very good margin. Full throttle for these. Larger size will be best, but all men's sizes should be good. Also on May 4th for $160, the LeBron 18 Atmos collab will be dropping again. Sadly, demand on LeBron 18s in general is not very good despite these being a collab. I still see these as primarily a personal pair. If you want a pair, don't sleep, as I do still expect them to sell out. Also on the 4th for $170, the Jordan 1 Patina will finally be having their delayed US drop. Unfortunately, by now, prices have already dropped to a point where they're only about lunch money if you do have no tax in your state. If you do have tax, you'll need to sell these locally to be able to profit. Regardless, it's still easy money for those who don't have tax in their state. Definitely not the best release though, especially for a Jordan 1. Now, prior to moving on, I do have two very exciting announcements for those of you who have been patiently waiting. First of all, just an update on Gargantua AIO, which I briefly did discuss with you guys last month. Testing does begin tomorrow with free beta for endurance members. Since this is a beta phase, we will increase the amount of testers little by little as we fix bugs and make improvements on the software. Eventually, it will be available to the public as well with limited releases, but for these early stages, it will be exclusive to endurance members. I promise I will keep you guys updated though. I will provide more details in a few weeks from now. Regarding the second announcement though, endurance will finally be restocking on May 2nd, Sunday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 10:30 p.m. CEST in Europe. Link and password will be tweeted from Endurance's Twitter. Endurance is a group to help you fully exploit the secondary market, but What makes Endurance so different though? To start off, Endurance offers numerous softwares completely free for all members to help them exploit drops. All members have access to a location spoofer to help them exploit sneakers stashes, sneakers passes, frenzy drops, etc. All members have access to an autofill tool with auto checkout and auto add to cart to destroy drops and restocks even if they don't have a bot. All members have access to a custom queue bot to help them efficiently pass waiting rooms on sites like Adidas, Finish Line, Mesh, Snipes, and even has a cookie feature for efficiently passing queue on Yeezy Supply. There's also a Supreme add to cart bot to make manual checkouts extremely easy, which has now actually been implemented into the autofiller. There's also a Dick's Sporting Goods bypass system, and for any botters, we also offer free software to help you guys out as well. For example, this could turn a one-click Gmail, profile converter, account gen, and much more, and even cheap in-house residential proxies available 24/7 for the most reliable providers. But that's not the end of it. We love innovation, and we're always developing new things to separate us from others. Then, of course, we have amazing relationships with a number of elite commercial bots for group buys that members actually want. My personal favorite, though, above all, Nike sneakers earlier, but for shock drops, scratches, AR hunts, sneaker stashes on hyped releases, you name it. Out of all the many cookouts we've had this month, I'd say my favorite was either the DSG restock, which was an easy cop for anyone who was online thanks to our custom monitor, or the Meunier Jordan 3 cookout thanks to the free in-house Chrome extension we do provide. So again, the Endurance restock will be on May 2nd, Sunday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 10:30 p.m. CEST in Europe. Link and password will be tweeted from Endurance's Twitter, so mark your calendars and set your alarms. Moving on to May 6th for $185, the Jordan 11 Bright Citrus will finally be making its return in women's sizes. Generally, 11 loads tend to hold up for about lunch money, not too much more, at least in larger sizes. These appear to have pretty notable demand and already decent sale volume. I'd expect lunch money for sizes 10 and up. For people who don't have tax in their state. If you do have tax, on the other hand, at best, you might be able to make a couple of dollars off these unless you do have local buyers already. Definitely focus on size 10 and up if you do plan on going for these. Overall, not the best drop, just some lunch money potential. Also on the 6th, a few of the delayed retailers should be dropping the Dunk Low Free 99. Some already have released and some also might drop later in May. I will keep you guys updated regarding these. All sizes are very profitable with a great margin, full throttle for sure. Then on May 7th for $185, we have another Jordan 11 dropping, this time the Jordan 11 Legend Blue Low. I am expecting these to do slightly better than the Citrus Lows, but definitely still being an 11 low with the current resale already being relatively low. I'm still only expecting about lunch money on these with a subpar margin. These definitely should be easy local flips too, because again, the demand is insane for these, so try to take advantage of that aspect of the market. Overall, I'm not expecting a great margin for these, but there still is a little room for lunch money, and again, I do expect these to be better than the Citrus pairs. Moving on to May 8th for $200, the Yeezy 500 Low Enflame will finally be dropping after their initial delay. Although 500 lows in general tend to perform very well, unfortunately this pair won't be the best due to the colorway. I have no idea why Kanye chose this. They have significantly less demand than prior 500s. However, I do still feel that these should be profitable with a good margin regardless in all sizes, with sizes under 8 having the best margin of which. While they may not be the best 500 lows, I do still expect them to be a good comp. I'm going full throttle on them despite knowing how ugly they are. If anything does change though as we get closer to the drop, I will keep you guys updated. Also on May 8th for $190, the Jordan 7 Flint will be dropping. Despite these looking relatively decent right now, keep in mind that the release is not for over a week from now. I'm not expecting these to perform too well. Primarily just a personal pair. Best case scenario, maybe some lunch money if you have no tax. I'll keep you guys updated though. Then on May 10th for $125, the SB Dunk Low Stingwater Magic Mushroom will be dropping. Expect these to be extremely profitable with an incredible margin. Full throttle without a doubt. Music to our ears. Then on May 11th for $175, after a few delays, we will finally be getting the Jordan 35 Fear. Demand on these is actually pretty decent still, at least for a Jordan 35. I'd expect all sizes to be profitable with a decent margin to subpar margin. Nothing too crazy, but easy money nonetheless. When it comes to 35s, stick to larger sizes 10 and up. Also, on May 11th for $180, we should be seeing the LeBron 8 Low Miami Nights finally making their return, and if not on this date, a little later in May. These used to be absolute grails many years ago. It was around this time I actually had just gotten into collecting and reselling sneakers, and I remember these and the South Beach 8s were just like how we see Travis and Off-White today. Crazy how times change like that. But anyway, because of these being grails for many, these will inevitably have decent demand. Although there doesn't appear to be much yet, I'm still not expecting anything great since stock won't be too limited. Regardless, I am still expecting these to be a profitable cop with a decent margin, primarily in sizes 10 and up, and if not, at least easy lunch money. The retail of $180 definitely does leave some extra room for profit too. Moving on to May 12th, the Jordan 1 KO Chicago will be dropping for $140. Don't underestimate these just because they're a Jordan 1 KO. Since this is a Chicago colorway with already relatively high demand, I'm expecting these to be very profitable with a great margin. Full throttle for sure. I also feel that these should be a pretty solid long-term hold too. I'll make a full analysis as usual when it comes to these, so be sure to subscribe and enable post notifications so you don't miss out on those or any of the How to Cop guides for these upcoming sneakers. Then on May 13th, the Dunk Low Michigan will be dropping in a full family size run, with men's sizes being $100 and grade school sizes for $85. I'm expecting both men and grade school to be very profitable with a great margin. Also on the 13th, the Dunk Low Team Green will be dropping for $100 in men and the same $85 in grade school. Same as the Michigans, I'm expecting both to be very profitable with a great margin. Then on the 14th for $100, we should be seeing the Dunk Low Lemon Drop release after their initial delay. Expect these to also be very profitable with an incredible margin, full throttle. Moving on to May 15th for $110, the Dunk High TV Signal should be dropping. Demand on these is already very high. With the retail that low, I'm definitely expecting these to be very profitable with a great margin. Too. Also, on May 15th for $170, the Jordan 1 Shadow 2.0 will be releasing. Demand on these is already very high. Of course, prices will drop as we do approach the release date, but I still am expecting these to be profitable with a very good margin in all sizes. Jumping to May 19th for $100, we will be seeing the Dunk Low Photon Dust drop at a few retailers that were initially delayed. Expect these to be very profitable with a great margin as well. Also on the 19th for $110, we should be seeing the Dunk Low Sunset drop. Expect all sizes to be very profitable with a great margin too. Then on May 20th for $80, according to the Finish Line calendar, the Dunk Low Tiffany and grade school sizes should be dropping. Expect these to be very profitable with a great margin too. And the same goes for the Dunk Low Tropical, which is loaded for the 20th as well. Expect these to also be very profitable with a very good margin. Also on the 20th for $100, the Dunk Low UNC will be dropping. This is not the Coast Dunk. This is a different colorway, and these are men's sizes. Expect these to be very profitable with a great margin when they do end up dropping. I'm pretty sure grade school pairs are dropping too, those of which again I do feel would be very profitable with a great margin. Then on May 22nd for $225, the Jordan 7 PSG will be dropping. If it wasn't for the very high retail, I'd say these do have potential for some small profit, but I'm a little unsure as of now. I'll have to keep you guys updated regarding these. I just don't have the best expectations as of now. Also on the 22nd for $250, the Yeezy Quantum Flash Orange should be dropping. Personal only for these based off how Quantums have been performing. Then on May 25th for $100, we will be seeing some of the delayed US sites drop the Dunk Low Easter. Expect these to still remain very profitable with a great margin. Then on May 27th for $100, the Dunk Low Laser Orange should be dropping. Expect these to also be very profitable with a great margin. What a surprise, right? Hopefully you guys aren't getting tired of hearing that. Well, you shouldn't, because it just means more opportunities, I guess. Then on May 28th for $110, the Dunk High Lakers should be dropping after their initial delay. All sizes should be profitable with a good margin. Not as great as the prior Dunks we just discussed, but still nonetheless easy money. Moving on to May 29th for $190, the Jordan 4 White Oreo should be dropping. I'd expect at least lunch money for size 10 and up if you have no tax in your state for these, and potentially more. I'll keep you guys updated though, since we're so far out right now, I can't be too sure. And finally for today, ending it off with an absolute bang. The Yeezy Foamrunner Mineral Blue and Sand should be dropping for $80 each on May 29th. Expect these to be very profitable with incredible margins, full throttle, without a doubt. Anyway, that will conclude it for today. Remember that the limited endurance restock will take place on May 2nd, Sunday, at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 10:30 p.m. CEST in Europe. The link and password will be tweeted from Endurance's Twitter and my Twitter. Like if you enjoyed or you perhaps learned a thing or two, subscribe and enable post notifications if you happen to be new, and of course, follow my Twitter, KeithAdam10, and personals for you for more urgent updates. With that though, enjoy the rest of your day, and good luck on all these upcoming releases.
The F to the double O, even the T. Get that big foot away from me. Get your foot off my foot. Ah.
Get your foot off my foot. Yeah.
Why are you hurting me with your foot? Can't you find somewhere else to keep your put? Get your foot off my foot. Ah.
Get your foot off my foot. Yeah.
Mom always told me not to play when another man's foot is in the way.